had an awesome week and an awesome Black Friday start of the cyber holiday type sales if you're doing any kind of crafty sales going on just now. Um, so let me know in the chat how you're getting on today. Firstly, apologies for last week. If you watched the start of my stream, I'm making the Makers monthly subscription box, creating the badger. And if you were here at the start last Sunday, for some reason YouTube decided to stop streaming. I don't know if it was my internet or the world or whatever. Thank you for everyone who tried to let me know. When I'm streaming live, the only place I can see any kind of communications is in the chat over there. So I just got off with like phone calls and Facebook messages and everything, but I can't see them. So just let me know in the chat. But thank you. And I'm sorry. So sorry, everyone. What I've decided to do today, we didn't finish the badger last week. He's just a lumpy kind of head and a tubey kind of body just now. But I want to get down into this stuff. I want to try the sculptural felt and work on his surroundings today, to get into that and have a play, because that's the most exciting thing for me, I believe. So that's what we're going to do today. And when we've got time, we'll go back to the badger. And I'm feeling congested today. So people did suggest a mask with the fiber. So if my face goes bank rubbery type, then that's why I'll be sticking a mask on. But well, I might be, and also that might make the audio interesting. But hey, the things we do, I'm excited to try this. Hopefully we are live. I see Alicia in the chat. Alicia's representing the Makers. I've not been online long enough to put up the link yet. I can do. Alicia says she did the sculptural core felty bit first. I know that's the most exciting bit. I love badgers and I'm excited to make one. I've made them in the past because badgers are like so distinctive that it's not easy, but it's good because you've got grey body, black and white face. It looks like a badger. Of course you can go wrong, but it's fairly easy to make something that looks badgery. But I've not used the structure that word. I've not used this kind of felt before, so I really want to get on and do that. Wendy, good morning. How are you? Yes, it's afternoon here, but morning in much of the rest of the world. Right, seeing as I let you down badly with technology last week. Well, no, hang on. How long do I need to wait before I can put links up? I think it's 5 minutes. I'll explain what I'm doing here. I did make the video of how you can use this software that I'm using to go live. Oh, I'm doing the handy thing again. How you can use this software to go live and how you can do like live sales with it, putting up quick links to stuff that you've got to sell. But due to YouTube's kind of spammy policies, quite rightly, they don't want you spamming constantly. You have to wait a certain amount of time before it'll put up a link for you. So, right, keep me entertained. I think we've got like 2 more minutes. So just entertain me for 2 minutes, then we'll do that, and then we'll dive into the structural, building the badger his home. I'm intrigued how long this takes, how good we can get into it. It does look fun. It does look a bit like some carpet, but interesting. Alicia got some extra of the core felt for a nativity stable. Sounds awesome. I can, if I can get this to work, I can see how useful it'll be. I'm just nervous because I did kind of read the instructions a little bit and it says you probably want to sew. That's more secure than felting, but I'm a rebel. I know fine well that when I start using things like this, I'm not going to go off and find needle and thread. I have my felting stuff, so we'll just do that. Alicia's asking Wendy what states she's in. I always find that a funny question. Obviously, we don't have states in the UK, but I feel, what state are you in? Like disarray or something. Sorry, rubbish joke. Lisa's in the house. Hello there. Oh, and Wendy's saying she's in Nevada. Awesome. Right. I think I can do this. So, this is one of the monthly that Makers monthly subscription boxes. The Makers are in the UK but ship worldwide. I'm not sponsored by this. I purchased their subscription boxes because I enjoy creating them with you. So monthly, we get one of these boxes, but it usually takes a few weeks of fun felting along. So you're welcome to join me. You're welcome to just join me for the chat if that's what you want as well. And yeah, this is what we're doing. So there should be a link. Chats that way. There should be a link in the chat for these boxes if you're interested in them. Yeah, but that's that's what we're doing today, and that's hopefully what we're going to create. That's something brand new for me, so I'm kind of dubious. But let's hide. Just check the chat, hide it, and then we'll start. I am procrastinating not doing this now. Alicia has a trick for the tree. Not your idea. Wish you'd known the trick. Oh, Wendy's definitely disarrayed. Tobias, g'day from Australia. Hi there. Alicia is from Texas, but here in Bristol now. Okay, pop that away. Now we go to top of the head cam, top down. It's a little bit fuzzy just now. I cannot get the lighting to work. That's something I will work on after Christmas, but I think it's good enough to see my carpet tile. Right, let's try and do what I'm told here because this is all new. So I want a piece that is 34 by 40 centimeters. Oh no, I was just thinking about to use this as a ruler. But I can't. So how long is it? That's going to be about the 34 in height. So I want 40. Excuse me, measuring here. So that's about... Hang on. Is it already cut or have I folded it wrong or something? Hang on. Because judging by the measure there... oh yeah, apologies for everyone who's sitting there going, Pam, you're silly. Cut off a piece that's 34, so it's that way. That's 25 centimeters. Yes, right. I'm an idiot. Thank you for everyone who was saying I'm an idiot. Right, so we'll just fold it there to make cutting easy. I do have scissors somewhere. Wow, that is dropping fine. Now, wouldn't it have been sensible to bring up big scissors? No, I've got teeny weeny scissors to cut this. This is not going to be neat, but yeah, it'll be fine. Wow, this stuff's butch. But it is cutting. We're nearly there. And yeah, it is shedding fibers. We are going to have to hoover around here later. But there we go. Main piece is done. And then I want... cut off a 13 centimeter and a 7 centimeter. So there's about 13. These will not be exact. Molly, hello from Devon. Alicia's saying next month is a curled up cat in a basket. Yeah, using the structural felt for the basket. You're excited to make your very best friend the calico cat half size, as in Pam style. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, what did I say? A 7 centimeter piece as well, which is, ooh, titchy about that. Okie dokie. Lisa is, ooh, noisy. Apologies. Reading and picking up scissors. Apparently that's too much for me. Oh, don't jump, chat. Yeah, Lisa's crafting and making some Christmas Eve box for the little people. Oh, lovely. Hello there. Stop putting your head in the frame, Pam. Wendy's got a good friend from Texas. Erica, hello there. Serena, hello. Alicia felted over the edges and put a piece of cheap felt on the back to keep it under control when I'm playing with it. And yes, I said playing with it, I still have my badges on little sticks. Okay, so you're not finished yet. Okay, that is not a very neat cut, but we will deal with it. We'll be fine. So this is my main piece. It looks like we want to turn it this. Wow, we're fluffy. I don't think the camera can see it, but yeah, there's fluff everywhere. Take my 13 centimeter piece. That was this one, wasn't it? Or was it this? What did I have to cut out? The 13 centimeter piece, is that the biggest piece? Because these are they're kind of similar sizes. Let's see if I skip ahead. The 7 centimeter piece. Oh, they're both about the same size. That's fine. I'm just being an idiot once more. Bend with a shortery bit. Yeah, so that's practically a square. I've already messed up measurements, but so I've got some felty stuff to put underneath. Okay, so we bend the tunnel. There's the tunnel bent. Check if the badger fits. Badger's not made yet, so we're going to make the tunnel. So it's difficult to see that. I will. So we have a tunnel in a carpet. I know it's not a carpet. Okay, so we're supposed to sew this in place, but I don't follow no rules. So we will try felting a little bit and see what happens. And what I'm going to do straight away, I've got some random core as I'm cheating. I will, because I see ahead we're going to do this anyway, so I'll put some random core because that way there's extra fibers of wool to go through the structural felt and hopefully start grabbing a little bit sooner anyway. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. Irina, hello there. Irina's making a name bracelet. I love how everyone's crafty, just doing their own thing. It's cool. And yes, Irina, feel free to share your stuff in our group as well while we're done. It's not just needle felters. That's why I took needle felters out of the name, because we're just crafty. Because there's so much inspiration from other things. Oh, cool. Alicia's saying other people have only felted it on as well, so it's all fine. Cool. You need to add wool core over to felt it. And yep, you've got it. Yeah. Thankfully, I done a clever. I'm gonna just kind of support it. You won't be able to see this, but just pop some under as well, just to make it extra secure. So it's, yeah, we're just to cover this in core wool anyway. I'm not actually using the core wool from the kit. I just realized I just have a mountain of wool beside me, so I just picked up from the mountain. But yes, I'm to build this tunnel up. But yeah, I can see how this has just given me a structural shape, which, yeah, if I'd sewed it in would be nice and quick, but it's given me a shape to build upon. So just want to make this kind of like a, yes, it's a nicely sloped piece of landscape. So we're going to do that. But yeah, that's cool. We can build up all sorts of shapes. That's such a good idea, because this would take forever to felt, and even if you used like felt or pre-felt or something, It's not as solid as this. I will, let's see if my 3-needle tool is quicker. There, yeah, that's a little bit better. But it's got, although it's flexible, I can still sort of press up against the side to make it a bit more rigid to felt into it. So yeah, I can see that. Okay, probably sewing it on will just make it a little easier in the very beginning, that it's kind of holding its shape. But once you've got it felted on, you know, once you've got a decent layer of felt going on, it'll be fine. So we're making some kind of snowy hillside by the looks of things just now. Oh, hiccups. So while I'm at this, which might take a wee while, let me know how everyone's got on. How have been your Cyber Week sales, all that kind of thing. I really have not been pushing this year. I did not want tons of sales because in years gone past, I've been so run off my feet racing to get to the post office for the last minute. And I realized this year is not the time for that because, you know, stuff could take much longer. So I just decided, okay, I'm not going to push hard for super sales. It's been steady, it's been nice, but I'll hopefully be able to get everything done in plenty of time. So I still have a bit of orders to catch up on, but I'm not doing too badly, which is good. Oops. Just going to turn this so I can get in at this side, hit the mouse at the same time. But yeah, this is cool. It's much quicker to build stuff up with this. But it is fibery. But once I'm done with this and it's all covered, it'll be fine. And then nip around with the hoover. Yeah, it'll be fine in no time. But it's interesting. I've never seen anyone do dioramas like this with big chunks of well, structural felt. Yeah, this is fun. Alicia, yeah, the best Maker's Core wool is the Lanolin Rich. It's very holdy. Yes, it does felt down really beautifully. It is a nice wool. But yeah, I have tons of all sorts of core wool everywhere. Okay, we're missing a little bit in at that place, but I should really have used the stuff that came with the pack. But literally, I just have a massive pillow of right over my head. I have a massive cloud of cord wool, and that was only about half of it. So it was just easier to grab it than go ferreting back around in the box. Yeah, there's quite a good firminess. I've probably not felted it enough that it's in place yet, but it feels reasonably sturdy. And as you push it, you can kind of push against it without risking your fingers to get a real good felt into it. Alicia's asking Tobias what he's making. Yeah, everyone let us know what you are making. Obviously, I'm making the badger set. I have nothing up here, but I'm also working on a large, like about a 2-foot Tibetan Terrier. I don't have pictures of them, but I had a couple of other large dogs that had really distinctive eyes. I did put a picture in Pam Duthie's Crafty Friends, but the dogs had super distinctive eyes. And at that side, it's really, really difficult to get, quickly to be able to get eyes in the right size with all the right colorings. And so I got some glass cabochons and I practiced all sorts of things. I hand painted them with acrylic paint, which I discovered nicely when I didn't like the look of it, peels off really cleanly. So that was awesome. But what I did, using the methods we talked about a few weeks ago, how to make really nice looking eyes, I felted eyes in that, but you can draw it the same. So I used some alcohol markers on a bit of paper and just drew the eyes. And then I put a ton of glue down and smooshed the cabbage on top. And when it was dry, cut it out. And they made some really cool eyes. So in a pinch, that works. I'm just waiting for some extra cabochons to come to do this dog, because I've got tons of eyes in the tiny sizes, but in the big sizes with distinctive colours and things, I just didn't have the right thing. So now I can do it with me felt tip markers, or with me. Ooh, I've never stabbed the microphone before. That's a brand new one. But yeah, so now I can use alcohol markers to make eyes. I really liked new way of doing things. Molly didn't have a sale but spent too much time on other people's sales. Yeah, I can totally see that. I'm thinking, what kind of things do I want to buy? I might have a look at lighting so we don't have this situation of me looking like a ghost and stuff going on. So I might do that. Wendy's working on a commission, having to figure out how to make a tuxedo. Awesome. I love it when you get challenges like that. That's one of my most popular ranges for ages. I haven't had any sales of it this year, but I have. Maybe the listing is expired. I've not even checked. But it was popular. But it was a friend who'd lost a dog years ago. But before they'd lost him, he had come to their wedding as their ring bearer, and he was dressed in a kilt and the dress coat and dress shirt. I can't remember the name of it. It's a princess something or other. But he's in the full proper dress up outfit, and so I offered people's dogs in a kilt. I did some little Scotty dogs and everything. They were so adorable. So it was a total challenge to figure out in the first place how to get the jacket and the kilt and everything. But it was so worth it once I'd done it. It was adorable and super popular. Right, we have some kind of a set going on. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And yeah, it's fairly secure. I mean, I'm going to be working on this loads more. Alicia's asking about the tuxedo, an actual life-size person tuxedo. You can get patterns for that. Okay, where are we at? Take my little strip and loop it round to form a tube. I can do a tube. So I'm going to take a bit of felt, a bit of fleece to help this. So we'll make a little sandwich. So I've put some fleece into the middle and fleece, whoops, and my fingers are slipping. Fleece onto the top, hold it and don't stab myself. This is the one where I really am going to stab myself. Lisa Cole has made and sold a couple of Christmas wreaths, but mainly working on your own house. Awesome. Alicia, didn't realize I actually did that large. I try and avoid doing that large. I dislike doing that large, to be honest. Especially this Tibetan Terrier has, the full coat. So I am going to be hours and hours. It's worth it, but I'm going to be hours and hours putting on individual hairs. So that's why I don't tend to do super large. I don't like super large. The tuxedos for a felted cat, a bit bigger than a Barbie doll. You're not a seamstress. Oh, the smaller ones. I did for a while. I did some clothes. I was making actually like dress shirts for my friends, like Highland dress shirts rather than fancy poncy ones. But once I'd got the pattern, I had like a little artist's dummy, those tiny little wooden things. And I just used the same pattern that I'd been using and eyeballed it down really tiny and made him a little, full fronted dress shirt, just using the proper pattern. So that's kind of how I would say to do it. If you're going to do it, is look at what a real pattern looks like, make some random pieces, and at the smaller size, it works. Tobias is designing armature for jumping spiders called peacock spiders. Oh, wow, they have extendable multicolored flaps on their abdomens. Oh wow, they're 2 to 3 millimeters in real life. Wow, that's titchy. So these are massive at about 10 centimeters. Okay, yeah. Alicia, of all the advertising, but I stabbed the microphone with a 3 needle tool. Okay, that's the best product placement I've ever seen. My poor microphone. Oh, he's just off camera just now. But yes, my poor microphone gets hit and stabbed and all sorts of things. Okay, my little sandwich worked quite well. That's for me much easier than sewing. And you can see in both. How weird is that? Double camera angles are weird. But you can see you can sort of push at the sides, and that gives you a strong enough surface to felt on to just get this holding together. Felt a little bit from inside. I mean, at the minute in time, I could tear this apart pretty easily, but it is felted. It is done. Okay. Right, I'm reading this and trying to figure it out. Make little snips at one end to make a more natural edge. Okay, little snips. This is going to be messy. So we're just making a kind of rough edge. Because it's a tree. Oh, right, I did bring up my gooder needles, my gooder scissors. They probably won't be gooder scissors when I'm done with this. Oh no, that is much better. So yeah, not sponsored, but Fishker scissors. They are just amazing. If anyone's looking for decent scissors, and if you're working with wool, you really probably should be looking for decent scissors. So yeah, night and day difference there. Yeah, I should have done this for all the other snipping. That's so much easier. Oh, there we go. And on the other side, make 3 larger snips to make the roots. And then a larger snip to make the mouse hole. Cool. Okay, so big snips. I don't want to lose all of the tree. It wants to be a bit deeper. There we go. Well, I've kind of already put in the mouse, so that one's already bigger. So that will be my mouse hole. So there's my tree. Does not look much like a tree yet, but I know it will. I trust the process. Okay, now we're going into the colours. So I want some of the brown wool and cover each entrance to the tunnel and make a little path going off to the side. I love it. Referring back to the picture to see, oh, so the path's sort of going in towards, oh, right. Maybe I'll catch up some of these little bits of fluff and just, they're little muddy turrets. Okay, so the little path is going to be coming off in this kind of direction. Okay, gotcha. I love the blending and everything you guys have done on this is gorgeous. I am not going to get that good blending in the time we have, but so yeah. Just making the entrance look like it's made out of earth. Oh, Wendy's posted the bride cat person on Pam Duffy's Crafty Friends just now. So, guys, you need to pop over and have a look. I'll try and have a look later. Remind me Remind me towards the end, and I'll try and go over and have a look, assuming technology doesn't fail us like it did last week. Okay, little bit of the brown for the entrance. But Alicia's saying the cat's amazing. I'm sure it is. I can't wait to see that. Tobias sent a request. Cool. I will accept you shortly. In fact, yeah, I will go over. I will do all of that just now. If I can find anything. And look at how I can't think and talk at the same time. Oh, I'm seeing Wendy's cat person as well. That is awesome. But here we go. Tobias is in. Right, back to work. Alicia, yes, I got it. It's the tree stump, not the tree that I'm making. I understood after I looked back at the picture. And everybody else who's making these, take your time to figure out what you're actually making. I'm kind of rushing along a little bit, so but I would spend much more time really figuring out what I'm doing and making it pretty. But all this stuff, everything's worked out so far, so I'm confident it will work out. It will just look better with more time spent on it. Tobias, you restore Santa during the day until Christmas, and it's 33 degrees down, and that would be that will so be the worst, to be dressed up as Santa. He is designed for the cold, yeah, but still quite a fun job, I would think, if you like kids. Yeah. But yeah, I always find that idea so weird. My sister lives in New Zealand now, and her kids have only ever had New Zealand Christmases, and it just seems wrong. Christmas is supposed to be in when it's cold, and it's all insidey stuff, and they have like a Christmas barbecue and things. That's not right. That's not how Christmas is supposed to be. But I know that's how Christmas is for many people, and it's what they're used to. But no, all the cinnamon smells and everything, and yeah, and I don't know. I just feel as well. Well, it is. That's where it came from. It's a kind of midwinter thingy to get us through the longest, darkest nights. Really. Where did I get to with this? I was making a path, wasn't I? So taking some of the brown to make his little path. When he comes out, he wanders along to the tree stump. See how this felts on. Yeah, that felts on rather nicely. That's good. Yum. Alicia's gonna, when I get to the tall tree, she'll tell me the trick to wrap the that word, the limbs. Thank you. Look at this, Alicia getting all demanding, telling Tobias we've got to see you as a store Santa, so we can see the transformation. Yeah, but that sounds cool anyway. But yeah, I hope they've air conditioning at Christmas. Yeah, but I hope they've got air conditioning to keep you sane. Oh wow. Yeah, I've fallen. I have got so many felting mats that have just come in kits and all sorts of things. And I don't know where they are. But there we go. We've got to start there. And Tobias, you're welcome. Good to have you aboard. Alicia, you've posted your finished badger set, but you've put it aside till after you're done with Christmas stuff. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's only because I've got this time set aside to felt with you guys just now that I'm getting any of this done. I would not have even started it. So much other stuff to do. Sharon, hello there. Welcome aboard. Tobias, you tried Christmas in July because it's cold, but there's no snow. Oh, um, yeah, in New Zealand they did have when our oldest was little. I remember there was snow. It didn't lie or anything, but the kids were like, "Oh wow!" But I remember years and years ago when we were kids, we had some friends who were over from Australia. I think they stayed for like 2 years with us, but the first winter they were out playing in the snow because obviously they'd heard about snow, they'd seen it in the movies. So it's like, can we go out and play in the snow? And they were playing in the snow, and one of them came running in and was like, Mum, there's something wrong with my hands. My hands aren't working properly. And her mum had to say to us, like, that's what cold feels like. Because of course, if you've never seen it or felt it, you don't know what it's like to have been playing in snow. And yeah. Okay. Where did we get to? Cover the mound with a thin layer of green, and then yeah. So take the green and put it everywhere else, apart from the path. Cool. This green. Yeah, I'm losing track. Yes, we've got the curly green for the tree stumps and everything as well. And it doesn't matter if a little bit of other stuff shows through. Especially going to want the brown to kind of blend a bit to look more organic. But yeah, let's get rid of this horrible grey stuff. It's not hard. It's just background stuff. But yeah, it's nice to get this felted away. Sharon, I don't think I've ever known snow actually on Christmas Eve, Boxing Day in Greater London. Oh, I have. I generally, my mum lives up far north, past Inverness, and quite often, I've been like sitting at the window on Christmas Eve, and you just see the snow starts to come, even if it doesn't last. It's just really nice to see little bits of snowflakes. And we have had some years. It must be 2010. Everyone's talking about 2010 when we had great snow for weeks. It must have been 2010 or around about then. When I started driving up to her, it's about a 3-hour drive from my place to get to my mum's. And I got about halfway there. There's a little place, a cool little place, giant place where you can stop and do some shopping and get some food and stuff. And I decided I wasn't going to stop. I just got past there. I looked, thought, yeah, I don't need to stop. I just kept driving. And then 10 minutes later, the snow started coming down, and it was such a blizzard. Literally, we were from a totally clear road and a totally clear bit, then just in no time you were just following the car in front's tracks. You couldn't, it was like, you can't even break down because you can't get off the road, and if you break down, you've blocked the entire road. And I think it took me about 6 or 7 hours to drive up, from that snow just coming down. And then the whole of the time I was there, it was just like solid snow. And even I had a little Mini Cooper. Well, not Mini Cooper, a new BMW Mini, that was it at the time. And if you don't know them, the BMW Minis are the ones that there's no rubber seal, or there's no metal and rubber seal by the window. The door, when it opens, it just finishes at the glass of the window, and the rubber seals in the top in the actual car. And it got so cold that my doors wouldn't open, and then when they did, my gearbox had frozen solid. So yeah, it was really hard to go anywhere because my car, for the first time in my life, my actual car was too frozen to drive. Which I know there will be people like in Canada and stuff and just be like, rubbish. But for us in Scotland, that was pretty bad going. Pretty though, so pretty. And it is nice on Christmas Day if you don't have to be anywhere and it's nice and warm where you are. It is nice to have snow. Wow, this comes together quickly. I just wish the colors were a little bit better on this camera. This camera's being a pain, but we'll sort that out. That's the thing for the new year. Um, Shower and needle felting's like magic. It looks like there's nothing and then gradually it takes shape. Absolutely. Yeah, that's why I love it. You just sit down in front of the tally and do something and you start off with something like this and within an hour you do have something. Or if you don't, you just attack it with scissors and start again and you've got something in the next hour. I'm going to pick this up and show this to the big camera in a second, and then I'm going to take a bit of time to smooth this over a bit because it does look a bit crazy, but that's because we're going quick. If you have this kit, obviously spend a lot more time on it, but I'm going to have to, there's some white in there that I'm going to have to hide as well, but well, it'll be hidden by the badger, but you can see how I can smooth that out and it will be really not bad. Wendy hesitated buying the subscription due to the postage. Oh yeah. How much is the postage to where you are? It's probably quite, although our UK postage isn't too bad internationally, but unfortunately to America, it's shot up due to all the changes. Politics and Lagerlurgy virus has all shot up the postage to America, so that's a pain. But yeah, you can always grab a box that takes your fancy, or the makers do have downloadable PDF tutorials as well, which is kind of cool as well because that's no postage. And you do in America, there are companies that are good for felt. I know some people have used Felt Alive and they're good. Alicia, it's hard but effective. Yeah. Alicia, yeah, the all the shipping prices all over the world has skyrocketed, but for anyone who's selling from the UK or probably anywhere else in the world to America, everywhere else the prices went up, but the American prices went up significantly more. From the UK now, America's in its own little zone. Well, saying nothing there, but America's kind of in its own little zone of shipping price. Wow, that camera is doing so bad. Hello, camera. Hope you guys can see. That is so annoying. Do I need more light? Less light? No, not that much light. Go away. Yeah, that's magic. Fixed it. But now it means nose cam. Oh, oh. Sharon, are the needle felted objects prone to dust? How do you clean them? And they're actually not. See, that's all sitting here. These, well, this little guy is about 7 years old. No dust. And I'm a Clarty. I'm not the cleanest housewife on the planet. Serena, where did I grow up? All over the place a little bit. I was born not far outside Glasgow, but then we moved to Newcastle when I was a toddler. And I lived in that area for a little while, and then we moved to the Midlands of England when I was a little bit older, and I stayed there till I went to uni, and I came back up to Glasgow when I went to uni. So sort of all around England when I was a kid, and then I've been here ever since. So that's why my accent is a bit of a mixed bag. Alicia Livingfelt, yes, that's it. I haven't used their stuff, but I've had a few years ago I worked with a YouTube friend who was just starting needle felting, and she'd got one of those horrible Amazon kits. And then people recommended Living Felt, and the difference, like she'd started felting and she was doing so good, but I said look into some better fibers. She got some Living Felt and it was fantastic. Tobias has put photos on the Facebook group. Awesome. I'm looking forward to when I get off here and I could go into the Facebook the group. Wendy, get your wool from a couple of places, but postage is a huge part of it. Absolutely. And I think that's in general, needle felting is a fairly cheap hobby to start. I mean, yeah, then we take over half the house with the wool. But what can rack it up is it's bulky and there can be a bit of weight behind it when you order enough stuff. So yeah, the shipping makes a huge difference. Oh, Alicia, don't think we'll see Santa this year with us in lockdown and tier 3, so no fun for us. Oh no, yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, but yeah, I don't think going to visit Santa will be able to be a thing this year, will it? That's sad, but I think it had got too silly. You used to go at like the middle of November, you'd go into the shopping malls and there'd be a giant queue for Santa's grotto. So let give Santa peace so he can start like making all his presents and everything. Just should just be a couple of weeks going to see Santa, I think. Tobias, yeah, you're saying as well your needle felted items from years ago seem to repel dust too. That's so interesting, yeah. Because that was something I'd worried about in the past. And people, when I started selling needle felting, people used to say, put cleaning instructions, and it's like gently with a damp cloth and stuff. And I just when the question was asked there, I just thought, I've never cleaned a needle felted item in my life. And yeah, they don't need it. So we found that the needle felted wool is dust repellent. Oh, Canvas, hello there. Good morning. It's been a while. Good to see you. Right, let's move on a bit. Although I can totally felt this smooth for hours, it doesn't. That's super interesting. I'm just seeing where patches are showing through a little bit more, and it's easier to see on camera than it is in real life. Right, taking that bit of white out, it's annoying me, but that's holding together nicely. Okay. So we've covered. Oh, was I supposed to put the tree on already? Tree stump. Nope. Badger body. Right. Where did I put my tree stump? There we go. So open this, positioning the mouse hole. Well, we'll put the mouse hole just kind of facing this way. And stabby on the tree stump. It does felt to itself pretty well, actually. I probably didn't need to do that big chunk of white there, but I did. That's really working quite well. Cool. Alicia, when you get a subscription box, you can add other things each month and only pay the postage for the subscription box. That's a big advantage. Yeah, that's a good tip. Totally. If you were ordering something. Oh, Tobias, yeah, Santas are socially distancing, 2 meters apart, and no sitting on Santa's lap. It's probably just as well. I used to hate having to sit on Santa's lap. That was so creepy. But I was a weird kid. Oh, itchy. Alicia always sits on Santa's lap, and I'm almost 50. I'm saying nothing about you there. Okay, we've got the tree stump on. can, again, I'll cover up these white bits later. Take a little of the black and brown to cover the tree. Gotcha. To cover all the white bits I've put on the tree. I should have probably stuck the tree together. Read ahead, stuck the tree together using the black and brown. Oh, and I'm going a little bit for the the mouse's little path coming out of his hole as well. That's so cute. Right. Sharon, I thought there'd be little dust traps. Yeah, actually kind of so did I. But no. Serena's only ever lived in the Midlands. Yeah. There's a lot of accents in the Midlands though. For sure. Tobias hasn't been Santa since 2006, but I love it. Oh, I'm now nearly 60 and growing the beard to be a natural. Brilliant. You've grown into your role. Yep. Fab. I can't wait to see the pictures. Right, I'm not going to be able to blend this very quickly. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of fluff about today, but it's worth it. It is cool. Okay, I'm just going to do it as it is because it's going to be a dark tree. But this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, and we're kind of building up the tree stumps to make them look nice and tree stumpy. I kind of understand. The instructions are great. I'm just not taking enough time to read them because I'm trying to do everything else all at once as well. But yes, I get that. So that kind of shows up. They're probably actually a bit more brown than they should have been, but and I'm blending it up the trunk a little bit. It doesn't tell me to, but why not? And also I'm going to blend it up to hide what I did there because I was too lazy to go and find a needle and the thread. Yeah, with any kit, it would be a super good idea to read ahead at what you wanted to do before you actually start doing it. But let's just deal with the fact that I never read ahead. And absolutely take your time to get things actually right rather than just diving in. But I don't. Could be speaking too soon. But I don't think I've had a complete disaster with any of these kits. I think actually, with any of my needle felting live, the only time I had a disaster was like one of my first ever when I tried to do felting live. I tried to do a Pikachu from memory. Can't even remember why I thought that would be a good idea. And he ended up not looking like Pikachu at all. Whereas I would have thought that would be something I could have done super easily, but nope. Ooh, stab the mic again with the 3D total. Oh, actually, there we go with his little mouse hole. If you can, this would be super good stuff as well to make a start. I'm just thinking of like a big castle tower or something. That would be really cool too. You wouldn't have to do much work on it. Camera, can we stop doing that? Can we focus? See if the magically moving it about. For goodness sake. Bexy, hello there. Just popping in to say hi. We'll watch the replay later when I can sit and do my pet portrait drawings. Oh, awesome. Well, hello in the replay as well. Okay. So now we're onto the big tree, wherever I put the felt. There it is. So Alicia, right, if there's stuff I need to know it now. Cut into the... Okay, to make tabs for the base. Reading ahead. Yeah, so these are kind of like the cuts. The big tabs to make the base, that's your roots. And it also gives you something to stab into. Wow, everything is so fluffy. Yeah. And then at the opposite end, 4 long cuts. Okay. Going no more than halfway down. 1, 2. I'm doing Sesame Street. 3. So, and 4 long cuts. Did it. Between each cut, make 2 or 3 smaller snips. This is intriguing me. I can see from the pictures what they're wanting me to do. I'm just intrigued if I can actually get it to work. These are to be the branches. It looks pretty bonkers just now. But the good thing is I can always come back and cut these more if I need to, or I could felt them together if they're too cut. Excuse that. Fluff up my nose. Okay, roll the tree tightly. Tree being rolled. And okay, I don't know if that looks like a tree. I seem to have a lot of branches. Alicia's saying when you wrap the tree, if you don't want it to be grey and stick-like, you can wrap wool around each limb you've made like it's a wire. That totally does make sense. Yes, thank you so much. I don't mind the grey. I'm just intrigued. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to felt this so it holds its shape a little bit. It's really fluffing on me. Add a little bit of my badly mixed colour. Ginger, hi there. Watching while I get ready to buy anti-mold paint. Working on the weekend to have an apartment ready for the 1st. Oh wow. Okay, cool. Good luck with that then. That sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, so I could wrap some wool. I've broken all this up, so too many colours. But you could wrap wool round the branches to make them less dead and twiggy and more alive and twiggy. Oh, Bridget, thank you. It's a fab tree. It's an interesting tree, but I'm going to just quickly put a little bit of colour on each branch. It is winter, so the trees don't have their leaves. I've got to stop sticking my face. Wow, yeah, you can even see some of that. Yeah. But anyway, we're working on it. So this is the mix of the brown and the black that I didn't mix very well, but just putting a little bit on and felting it, it'll all sort of come together into something. Oh, this stuff don't have to get up your nose. It's great. I mean, a tree would have taken forever just using felt, but it takes a bit of getting used to. But yes, I'm just trying to make these branches a little more rounded and branchy rather than blocky just now. So felting them kind of from all sides. And it's cool. You can probably see better there. Where I've put some of the other colours on just little bits is giving a really cool kind of mottledy look. It is working. Alicia made mine like spring with some flowers too. Oh, lovely. I wish I'd done the wrapping bits. What I did was way more complicated. Sharon, yeah, put the face mask on. I don't know how well you're able to hear me through the face mask. Let's see how this works. That's the right way up. Right, this. Hello? Is that a bit muffly? Can you hear me? So, no, that's worse. Guess what? There's fluff inside the mask. Brilliant. Classic. So yeah, it would have been a good idea, but I should have put the mask on before I'd got fluff everywhere. Yeah. Ginger, 25 years ago, a girlfriend liked the unit and complained about the mould back then. 2 owners later, and they never changed the carpeting. Oh, yuck indeed. Wow. 25-year-old mould. You have to check. That could be like a little civilization in its own right. It's disgusting. Okay, I say I'm kind of messy, but that's special level of extra. That's disgusting. Looking at the picture to try and remember what a tree looks like. Sharon, that's very similar to one of your face masks. Yeah, I got it on Etsy. I got all my face masks on Etsy, I think. I wanted to get pretty ones rather than just basic ones. Worth a try. Absolutely. I brought the face mask up specifically for that reason, but it never occurred to me to actually use the face mask before you get it covered and stuff. Oddly enough, yeah, it's not great once you've done that. Wow, this is going to take some tidying up. Oh, yeah. So I like the idea of this, but I'd probably have to spend a good time more working on the execution. But we do need to stick the tree into its final location. And I can come back and work on any of this even more later. I think I overdid the snips for the root. The tree's quite small with too many branches, but it's still going to be cute. And I will work on it more later, work on making the branches better. Ginger, no building inspector, no health department looking at it, so many sins were ignored. Yeah, that's revolting. Oh, well, I hope you get everything sorted out. Yeah, That's not healthy for anyone. Sharon got her masks on Etsy too. Yeah, support the Etsy guys. Hopefully everybody's getting all their stuff on Etsy this year, and we're all going to have a bumper Christmas. Well, as I already said, I'm not going to have a bumper Christmas because I've been super lazy this year. I've been turning away orders for about a month. I'm probably the only person going, oh, it's Christmas. I can't be bothered. Yeah. Oh, we're getting a natural history lesson because Tobias asked if it was winter, wouldn't the badger be hibernating? But Alicia's saying badgers don't hibernate; they just get lazy, so reduce their time out and fatten up to help less with the food issues. I sound like I'm a badger then. Yeah, just go outside less, fatten up. Yeah, I'm a badger. Canvas reminds me of an episode of Hoarders I watched last night. Oh yeah, all those shows where where people had so much piled up she had no idea there was a hole in her side of her house where the black mold had eaten it. Oh, disgusting. Okay, I'm not that bad. I keep thinking I'm a messy person, but I'm certainly not that bad. And rodents got in through the hole. Oh. Ginger off to paint and painting. Check the replay to see how it comes out. Look forward to it. Cool. Alicia, everyone is buying lip gloss kits, right, Pam? Absolutely. You heard it here first. But yeah, everyone's wanting little treats and these kind of things. Absolutely. Mind you, I wonder, like, I'm not like a massive following kind of thing, but it's like when Etsy says, oh, this kind of thing's going to be a trend. So everyone jumps on it and it becomes a trend because Etsy said it was a trend. So I've always been wary when I'm talking about my, what is it? Bronze and opal steampunk engagement ring. I'm afraid that I'm going to turn that into an actual search term because everyone goes off to look at that, and then people are going to start making these things. And I've been reliably informed by our wonderful Jan, who's one of the angels in the E-rank team, but she tells me that opals should not be used in rings. So please don't follow what I'm saying. It was just a random string of words I thought of, so I'm rather worried I'm going to make that a search term, but then there's going to be this trend of opal steampunk rings and lip gloss. Bye. Bye, Ginger. You have a good morning, afternoon. I can't remember where you are just now. Probably morning. Right. Oh. I am covered in this stuff, but it's cool. Right, let's hide this just now because you get a better picture on here, but this is what we've got so far. I'll let you guys see the front. Oh, I've got a little bit to hide there in white, but that's actually not bad. That's kind of cute. I got to spend more time on it, cover up the patches and things. Irina, it would be cool. You use lab created opals in most of my jewelry. Yeah, okay. I guess that's different. I know nothing about jewelry or anything, but opals are beautiful. Wendy, I have an opal ring and chip tip, but I'm tough on rings. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this, but Jan said that natural opals, obviously lab created things are different. Natural opals can actually dry out, which was totally news to me. That's probably why I don't have jewelry, because I wouldn't look after it. What have I got to do? Mix. Oh, we're doing the mouse. Yay. Mix a little white, black, and brown really well. Okay, we know I can't do mixing things together. That's the actual white. White, black, and brown mixed together really well. That's not going to happen. Not on my watch. Not just now. Oh, Sharon, you can use opals and rings, but you need to be careful with them. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not. I I barely remember, like on the odd occasion I wear makeup, I barely remember not to rub my face, and jewelry would just be another thing. Tobias, you bought your wife many opal rings, so it's no problem. Just don't get them wet. Ah, cool. See, I don't know nothing about these kind of things. I am terrible with jewelry. I'm trying to think if I even own anything that I know where it is and I could actually wear it. I don't even have a watch anymore. So yep, no jewelry here. Okay, that's as well mixed together as it's going to get. I should be back onto 2 cameras, shouldn't I? There we go. That's as good as it's going to get. Pull a tiny wisp one side for the tail. And wrap the wool into a tiny ball, into a tiny tapering ball. Serena's joining me as a badger as well. We're all badgers. I like the sound of that. You don't have to actually hibernate, but just stay in a lot. So yeah, this can definitely be a more wintry scene. That's something you could do if you've got some lovely Snow White. You could start putting some snow on it as well. Just little bits of snow. Salon, hello there. Good morning. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, before I forget to mention it, because Alicia's asked me and everything. People have been asking because I said I'm going to do the Maker's Advent Calendar box. I'm just planning when I can. We'll start off. We'll try for 11 in the morning UK time, which I know is really early for America, but we'll try 11 most days. So you really want to hit subscribe, hit the bell notification so you see when I'm going live. Just to open the Advent calendar box for that day and have a think about what we might want to be able to make. I can't guarantee I'll be every single day. Or I might be a tiny bit late or a tiny bit early because I have like a couple of day jobs as well. So I can't guarantee things, but I'll do my best. Okay, there's a tapered ball. What are we doing next? And giving him his tail. Of course we are. Right. Okay, we've got the next steps to make toadstools. So we're totally going to do the toadstools, and then that'll be it for today. I want to make a toadstool, though, even if I make nothing else. I want to make a toadstool. But anyway, here's the little mouse. We've just got to roll his tail. That's kind of cute. Oh, it's kind of cute. I had pet mice for a very short time. Why is that camera not focusing again? Camera. There we go. I had pet mice for a short time, but they don't live very long. Okay, mouse into Mousie's tiny little mouse house. I do want to make it some giant ears. Well, not giant, but I do want to make him some mouse ears. We'll maybe come back to that later. But anyway, Mouse is in his house. Can we see him just about? Right, I love toadstool, so let's do a toadstool. I'll just say, okay, I'll do what I'm told first of all. Where did I put my other needles? There we go. I'm in such a mess. Right. Add tiny white spots for the ears. Oh, yeah, that is adorable. Hopefully I can make this work. Tiny white spots for the ears. And he's going to live in his hollow log and munch on toadstools. Fantastic. I love a little story with the critters. So yes. He's got his ears and black for eyes and nose. It's adorable. Spend more time working on all these little things, but I has a tiny mouse. You can see his ears, but just about nothing else. I will do a close up in a minute. But it really needs me to focus it on tight just now. Oh, that's such tininess to do, but it's cute. Right, if I hold that up to that camera, will that work? Kind of. But there's the little mouse anyway, he's there. And we're going to make a toadstool, and then that's going to be it so far. So take a tiny wisp of white. How big are these toadstools? Well, they're quite big. They're not quite, they're about 3 or 4 centimeters. A wisp of white, folded in half. I want a bigger wisp. Fold it in half and then roll it, leaving the base loose. All right, I think I want a little bit out. Let's make it a bit bigger so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. And lost sight of the chat there. Oh, they're sorting out they're sorting out 24-hour clock timings in the chat. Right, Alicia, several are you putting your little animals on sticks so you can move them in and out of the stump, the tree and the set. Right, gotcha. Yeah, so you're making it all about the place. Yes, nothing like a bamboo skewer in your body. But yeah, that's a cute idea. So you can change the look of everything. All right, and we're going to take a little bit of red. I want a crazy toadstool. And you want to fold, it's telling us to fold all the edges in. We're going to make a kind of, I was going to think of a clever name for the shape, but we're going to make a toadstool cap shape. Why did I want to call that a pumpkin? This is not a pumpkin. So I'm just pulling in the edges to make a pillowy shape. That's the one. You can do, toadstools can have all sorts of shapes with the kind of pointiness if you're making a more fairy looking diorama. And again, with any of these bits, actually, if it's a diorama and you've not got everything on bamboo skewers to move about, but you don't have to felt it super firmly because it shouldn't be being played with as such, so you can make it quite soft. So these come together quite quickly. Wendy really wants to make a diorama now. Yeah, this is my very first one. I've got so much more work to do on it when I get like 2 minutes. But it's come together so quickly though. That is super easy. And we've just popped the base on. I mean, you can spend so much time just like making a toadstool or something. But equally, they come together like that quickly. And of course, we need the white spots on it. So I'm just taking pinches, rolling them into balls. I'm not even reading the instructions because I'm a rebel. Yeah, five balls should be enough, I think. Oh, I'm gonna have black bogies for like a week now, but it's worth it. This is cute. Sharon, so are a few of you working on the same kit? Yeah, this is. I can do this now. Hold on, let's be fancy. That can go away. This is the monthly Makers subscription box. It's from the Makers, a company. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but they are friends, and I buy this every month. So it's a kit that's sent out to us with an entire project once a month, and we work through it together. But also the ladies also get together on Zoom calls and felt together on a Zoom call as well, which I think is really awesome too. So yeah, it's a kit. What we're doing, just a fun little thing to do every month. And it gives me little projects of things that I've never made before. I've never made a diorama before. I've made lots of toadstools before. They are so much fun to make and so easy. Here, and that can go, and that one can come back again. And there we go. Look at this. It's like I'm an expert. But yeah, so if it's something you're interested in, these kits are a whole bunch of fun, and you can always join with me or join with the girls on the Zoom call and yeah, make these things. But you get all the materials you need to make this, plus the awesome step-by-step instructional manual there's the word tutorial. I should when I run out of words to say things, I shouldn't make it so clear that I got it wrong. I should just be like, yeah, that's how I speak. But yeah, the step-by-step tutorial, and in your first kit you get all the tools, the needles and stuff that you need. But yeah, there we go. This tree's looking a bit sad. Let's brighten him up with our toadstool. I can make more later, but for now, I think that's where we're going to leave it. But that does give an awesome pop of colour. That's fab, isn't it? So for next time, yeah, there's no reason why I can't do the kit next week, although we will be on to December. So the December kit will be here, but I won't be starting on that yet, because we've got to finish this. So for next time, we'll be finishing the badger, and then I think possibly a couple more magic mushrooms, toadstools. Yeah, possibly a couple more toadstools, and I think there's an owl to put in the tree. I'll maybe spend a bit more time felting the tree and just making this all pretty. But do you know, actually, for me not having a clue and not really paying attention to the instructions, that's coming together pretty good. First time using all this stuff as well. So if I can do it, anyone can. Yeah, that tree needs a little bit more support. He's a bit droopy. But yeah, so far, there's a diorama. Okay, so like always, I will give you guys a couple more minutes to get your questions in. But yeah, apart from that, have an awesome weekend. Sharon, the needle felters end up having respiratory problems, such as lung fluffititis. I have not heard of anyone with lung fluffititis yet. I tend to sneeze all the bits out. And in general, this structural felt to make the diorama is just a new thing that I've not used before. The general felt isn't too bad. General fleece, there's just a little bit extra fuzzies in this stuff, but no, it's fine. Oh, thanks, Sharon. The toadstools are so cute. It's so easy to do. Yeah, Tobias, yeah, take precautions if you're asthmatic or have other breathing problems, but otherwise no. Yeah, I think the fibers are large enough that your body will just go, nope, we're not having that. It's not going to get right down into your lungs or something, hopefully. But needle felting has been going around since the 80s now, and there are plenty of people that do it full time. So I've not heard of, the only issues are people stabbing themselves. Oh, Wendy, loved the Splat Horse bookmark. Thank you so much. That was so much fun to make. If you didn't see, I popped that up in. I'm sure I popped that up in Pam Duffy's Crafty Friends. I had a splat. I had a. I one of my. Well, not one of my featured thing that I created myself is splat bookmarks, which are needle felted bookmarks of animals kind of splatted out, which I have had hate mail from. I'm not actually injuring the animals, but people are offended by everything. And I did get to splat a horse the other week. So cool. Alicia, thanks. Yeah, good start. Yep, exactly. I've got so much more work to do on it, but if, do you know, I think at this level I'm still pretty happy with it. I love the texture, even how this dark, how we're using this stuff, it's showing through and things, gives it a kind of rusticy feel. It's kind of fun. Right, guys, I will leave you to the rest of your day, and I will see you next week.